government budget. Money and banking we are done. Government budget we are done. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tanya, what about you? We are done with that.
Same.
Right? Yeah, same. You have covered that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So basically, we are done with 2 units for macro. And we are starting with very first unit for this second book, Indian Economic Development. After that, we will start with income and determination 1. Okay? Don't worry, Sanya. We'll just cover it before your exam. Okay? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, development experience. Now, this is the very first thing. So, very first unit is, over here it's written unit 6. So, it's basically they are calculating it from that book itself. So, it is basically unit 1. Okay. Development experience 1947 to 1990. This is the time period. And see, in most of the book, this is the very first unit and this is the second unit. Okay. But over here, we will be doing it like this. Like this is in syllabus, it's written like that, but we will be dividing it. This will be your first unit and this will be your second unit. Okay. Clear? Yeah. So what we are going to do, we in this development experience 1, we'll be doing a brief intro of the state of economy and all that. Right. And these are the, then we'll, in this economic reform and all that, we'll do this is the next unit we'll be doing. Okay.
Yes.
Clear? Okay. So we are going to start. Just a minute. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to start with our very first unit. You people know. I have already shared you can write the unit. Development experience 1947 to 1990. Okay. This is the unit. And in unit, there are 2 chapters we'll be doing. So chapter 1 is, just write it down. Indian Economic Development. Book name. Unit 1, Development Experience 1947 to 1990. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And chapter number 1. Basically, in first unit, we will have 2 chapters. Okay? So, first is Indian Economy on the Eve of Independence. Now, Halima, you are done?
Yes, I'm also done.
Okay, great. So chapter 1, Indian economy on the eve of independence. Now, ma'am, what is eve? Right? So what is eve basically? Just a minute. Yes. Okay. Now eve. You know when, for example, tomorrow is my birthday. So today is my eve. Okay, just before the actual date. So eve is basically like Christmas eve is there. On 25th, we have Christmas, 25th of December. But on 24th, it's eve. Right? So yes. Indian economy on the eve of independence. Like, for example, tomorrow I'm getting independent. So before that, what was the condition of Indian economy? Right? So Indian, or you can say around the date of independence, what was the condition? Right? Eve. Basically, tomorrow I'm getting it, today onwards or like 1 or day before that. Okay? So chapter 1, Indian economy on the eve of independence. Now, introduction. So the primary objective of this book, see, in this entire book, you are going to study about Indian economy, right? When we did the introduction part, like when I took your first class, I there told you what we are going to do. First, we are going to do what was the condition of India, then how India started, reforming and all that, how India started evolving. And after that, we'll study present day condition, like present day situations and the problems. And after that, we'll compare it, right? So in this entire book, you are going to study about Indian economy only, right? We'll be comparing, we'll be targeting other things, everything. Okay. So the primary objective of this book, Indian economy development, is to familiarize you with the basic feature of Indian economy and its development as today, if it like in the aftermath of independence. However, it is equally important to know something about the country's economic past. Just a minute. Okay. So see, for example, whatever India is today, until and unless you don't know about the past, it's of no use, right? That's why we are studying this eve, right? For example, today Sanya got 10 on 10 and Halima also got 10 on 10. Okay. So it's not something they knew everything before. So if I'll get to know like what was the reason for getting 10 on 10, first thing I'll check your past record, whether you were attentive in the class, whether you were coming regularly, whether you were completing your assignment, everything. So your past is very much important, right? But for example, there is a student who is getting 2 marks out of 10. Then also I'll check the past, like why he got 10, why Halima and Sanya got 10 on 10, why he got 2 marks, right? So this is what past is very much important. If you want to know present, if you past is very much important so that you can check, okay, earlier this was the thing, but now this is the thing. When we were doing money and banking chapter, like the money chapter, we were comparing it, right? Earlier there was a barter system, so this was a problem, but today all the exchanges takes place in terms of money, so we were comparing. So that's why knowing about past is very much important. Okay, so struggle, you have to study about the structure of India's present economy and its roots. Roots are basically from where it started, right? So we'll study everything like under Britishers. See, it was nothing, it was not like that Britishers were there from starting. No, earlier India was free, then Britishers came, then after that India got independence, right? So everything we have to study, like when Britishers was not there, what was the situation? When Britishers came, what was the situation? After Britishers left, what was the situation? Okay, so basically Britishers comes there and India got independence on 15 August 1947. This is a date you have to remember for lifetime, that 15 August 1947 India got independence. Okay, now basically when India came, it was their own purpose that they wanted India to make exporter of raw material, everything, right? So this is what we are going to study, how everything took place. So this was all about introduction. In the entire book, you are going to study all that. Clear? Both the
Yes.
girls?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now we'll start with very first point, which is 1.1, low level of economic development under colonial period. You are a student of economics, so you are going to study about only economic, right? Economic development and all that. So what was economic development? See, if your economy is developing, that means you are in a very good state. If your economy is not developing, that means you are not in a good state, right? So when under colonial rule is basically British rule. Okay, whenever you will get colonial rule or you will get British rule, Britishers. Okay, British rule. Why colony? Because these were Britishers and they had made colony. Like they were controlling it, right? They were controlling India. Sorry. So low level of economic development under British rule, or you can say under colonial rule. Either you will get British or you will get colonial. Okay. So what happened? India had an independent economy before the advent of British rule. So what was happened? Advent means before arrival of, okay, before arrival of British rule. So what happened? Before Britishers came, India had independent economy. Like nobody was there to control Indian economy. Whatever India wanted, India was doing. But once Britishers came, whatever Britishers told India, India has to follow because they were controlling India, right? So India had independent economy before the advent of British rule. India was the main source of livelihood for most of the people. Sorry, agriculture was the main source of livelihood for most people. Yet the country's economy was also characterized by various kind of manufacturing industry. So basically, economy can be like your economy can be dependent on agriculture, industries, or service sector, right? So before Britishers, most of the people were dependent on agriculture sector in India. Okay. Plus, there were few industries as well. So India was well known for its handicraft industries. Okay. Now, first, what you are going to write? You are going to write condition of Indian economy before advent of Britishers. Right?
Yes.
Condition of India. See how you're going to make notes is like you are going to first give the chapter name. Okay, I hope you have written chapter name. Chapter 1, just write it down.
No.
Okay, yeah. Chapter 1 you have written, and after that you are going to use hashtag because you are going to make notes. So you will write hashtag whatever question I told you, right? What question I told you, that what was condition of India? What was condition of Indian economy before advent of Britishers? Okay. What was condition of Indian economy of Indian economy before advent of Britishers? Before advent of Britishers, right?
Yes.
What was condition of Indian economy before advent of Britishers? So you will write, yeah, India had an independent economy before advent of British rule. Agriculture was the main source of livelihood for most of the people, right? So India has independent economy and agriculture was the main source. From if my country is growing, what is the main source? So if production was getting from, like I was getting most of the revenue from agriculture sector because most of the people were dependent over there. So they were working in agriculture, like the farms and all that, fields and all that. Okay.
Done.
Done.
Oh. Now coming to see agriculture, we have said like most of the people were dependent, but there were few industries as well, right? So India was well known for its handicraft industries. Now, handicraft industry, as you can see in the pictures, right? So handicraft are basically, for example, making things with the help of hand. Okay, instead of machines, making things with the help of hand, they are known as handicraft industry, right? So India was very famous, like very much famous for the handicraft industries, right? Or you can say well known for the handicraft industries. So India was well known for its handicraft industries in the field of cotton and silk textile, metal and precious stone. So handicraft industries in which field? Cotton, cotton textile, silk textile, metal, precious stone. Precious stones are basically like the pearls and all that. Okay. These products enjoyed a worldwide market because of. So basically, India was well known for the handicraft industries. Okay. Just add one more point. Agriculture was the main source of livelihood for most of the people. And second point, India was well known for its handicraft industries. Just write it down. In the continuation itself. Okay, first you wrote agriculture was the main source, and after that, right, India was well known for its handicraft industries.
Done.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now, see, as I told you, India was well known for its handicraft industries in the field of cotton, textile, metals, precious stones, and all that. Okay. So why? Like, what was the reason? Worldwide means all over the world, India's handicraft industries were famous, right? So what was the reason? First, the reputation of fine quality of material used, right? So whatever product, whatever material India's for India, see, for example, you are also producing clothes, I am also producing clothes, but your clothes are in high demand, but my clothes are not in high demand. Why? Because the quality of your clothes is very good. So why people will purchase my quality? They'll purchase your quality, right? So the reputation of the fine quality of material used. So whatever, for example, I'm making a cloth and I'm using a fine quality of material over that. So of course my reputation will be high. People will be praising that, okay, India's handicraft are very good because the quality of product they use are very good, right? So reason, what was the reason for, like, what was the reason why India enjoyed worldwide, right? India's handicraft industries enjoyed worldwide fame. First, reputation of fine quality of material. Second, the high standard of craftsmanship. The designs, the craftsmanship was very, like, it was unbeatable. The people who used to make designs and all that, the craft they used to portray in the products, that was unbeatable. So it was highly standard, high standard. Nobody can do it like that. Nobody can make that product like that. So that's why India's handicraft enjoyed worldwide reputation. Okay. So now you'll be writing the question like this. Why hashtag why India's handicraft product why India's handicraft product enjoyed a worldwide market, right? Why India's handicraft product enjoyed a worldwide market, right? Worldwide market means there was Market is not about that Indians were going there and selling. No, people were demanding. They used to give them the contract that we want 100 suits, handmade suits, right? We want 100 baskets like this. So why there was worldwide market? So why India's handicraft industries enjoyed a worldwide market? Okay.
Yes. Done, ma'am.
Okay. And you wrote the answer like after hashtag you have to
Yes.
write, yeah, these
Yes.
two, reputation of fine quality and this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. So now next thing you'll be right. Name some handicraft industries of India. Okay. Name handicraft industries of India. So you'll write handicraft industries in the field of cotton and cotton and silk textile, metal and precious stone works. Okay. So basically, in the field means related to industries related to cotton, industries related to silk textile, industries related to metal. So these were the industries.
Done, ma'am.
Both of you done?
Yes.
Yes, done.
Oh. Now next is focus on economic policies pursued by the colonial government. Now basically what happened? Britishers came to India, right? Now Indians were under Britishers. Now, of course, they gave some policies. For example, I am teaching you. Today, I gave you some rules that from tomorrow onwards, you will join on time, you will complete your assignments, nobody will absent themselves in tests. I gave you a few points, right? This is my policy, right? So, similarly, when Britishers came, for example, next day, some other teacher will come, she'll be giving her instruction that you have to do this, right? So, it's her policy. Similarly, when Britishers came, they gave their policy, their economic policy that your economy will be ruled or you will run your economy according to these policies that you have to do this, you have to do that, like that. Okay. So focus of economic policies pursued by colonial government in India. So what was the focus? For example, whatever point I mentioned today that you are going to complete your assignments, you are going to you are going to be regular like this. Why I am doing all this? Because I want you to improve your grades, right? My main motive is to help you to score maximum, right? But when Britishers introduced all these policies, what was their focus? What was their motive, right? So the economic policies pursued by colonial government in India were concerned more with protection and promotion of economic interest of their home country than with the development of Indian economy. Now, see, two words are here: protection and promotion. Protection is basically, for example, this is my country, right? So I'm protecting it, that you won't be producing it. For example, this is I have a student, right, in a class. So what I am doing, I am just asking that student, you are not going to write anything, relax, chill, do party, enjoy parties and all that, go for outing and all that. And similarly, I'm promoting it. When my results are coming, I'm just saying, He is very hardworking. He is working very hard. He is the most sincere student. He completes all his assignments, all that. So somewhere I'm protecting him. Plus, what I'm doing, I'm asking you people to give him notes, right? Plus, promoting is when my results are coming. That this is what I'm just promoting him. That he is doing excellent. He is very hardworking like this. So what Britishers were doing basically, Britishers belongs to Britain, right? England and all that area. So what they were doing, they were protecting their countries. They were not using any resource from their countries, right? But they were using resources of India and they were selling. For example, they were using Indian wood to make furnitures, right? But they were protecting it, right? But when they were selling that furniture, they were saying these furniture are made from Britain for raw material, right? So protection, they are not destroying their forest, they are not using their raw material. Next thing, they are promoting it, right? Whenever there was a appraisal or whenever they were using Indian raw material, but when comes for appraisal or when comes for promotion, they were just saying that these materials are being made by Britishers. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this was their focus. They made economic policy in such a way that so that they can do two things. They can first protect their home country, plus they can promote their home country, right? Instead of helping Indian economy to develop, they were focusing more on protection and promotion of their home country. Home country is basically from where they belong. Okay. So you will be writing hashtag. What was write the question with black pen and then the answer with blue pen. So it will be easy when you will revise. So you'll write, what was the focus of economic policies pursued by colonial government in India? So what you are going to write? What was what was the focus of economic policies pursued by colonial government in India? Answer, the economic policies pursued by colonial government in India were concerned more with protection and promotion of economic interest of their home country than with the development of Indian. So there was no motive of theirs to promote Indian economy. The only motive was protection and promotion of home country. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, write it down.
Done.
Both of you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Now basically impact. Okay, so basically see, for example, I am British. I came and I implemented all the policies. You are going to do this, you are going to do that. Of course, it will impact. For example, whatever points I mentioned today, that will impact. Maybe it will improve your grades, right? So impact of these policies on Indian economy. You are not going to write these policies, you are going to write impact of economic policies, Britishers' economic policies on Indian economy. Okay. So what was the impact? So what happened? Such policies brought about fundamental change in structure of Indian economy, transforming country into supplier of raw material and consumer of finished industrial product from Britain. Now just remember two things. One is a consumer and one is producer, right? So basically import and export. Import is basically in, taking, and export is exit, like EX means going. Okay.
Yes.
So what was happening, what Britishers did, like, okay, I'll explain it over here. Okay, they made their policy like this, that what raw material, first things raw material. Okay, one is raw material and other one is finished good. Okay, finished good, or you can say finished product. Okay, raw material are basically, for example, this is tree, the wood we are getting, right? And once you'll cut down this tree and you will make this chair, or you can say bed, or anything, any product, furniture. So these furniture like chair, table, all this, these are finished good. Clear? Similarly, for example, if they are taking cotton from India, okay, and if they are making this dress, this is finished good, and this is raw material. Clear? So what Britishers did? Britishers made India the export. Now other thing is export and import. Export is basically going out. This is country going out, and import is basically in, coming in. So taking. For example, if I'm selling something, that is I'm exporting it. If I'm purchasing something, that is I'm importing it. Okay. So now what Britishers did? Britishers made India. What Britishers did? Britishers made India that you will import finished good and you will export raw material. So what Britishers were doing, they were taking wood, furniture, like wood trees. They were cutting trees. They were taking wood, cotton, everything from India. Okay, they took like this is raw material. They make the product over here and they come back to India, and they were selling finished good over India. So what was happening? India became importer of finished good and exporter of raw material. Getting it? And the finished good was basically what Britishers were doing. What Britishers were making. They were not taking product from any other country. They were taking product only from Britishers. So what was happening? First, Britishers were getting raw material free of cost. And secondly, whatever product they were making, they were getting the consumer. They can easily sell it out, right? They were
Yes.
getting a market. So this is what. So first, what happened? Such policies brought fundamental change in structure of Indian economy. Then you will write transforming the country into supplier of raw material. Supplier means, or you can write supplier hashtag exporter, okay, of raw material, and consumer hashtag importer of raw material, right? Exporter you are going to write over here, and over here your hashtag, sorry, not hashtag, slash importer of finished industrial product from Britain. Clear?
Yes.
Got it? Yeah. So basically what happened? Fundamental structure change. That India now became importer, or you can say consumer of finished good from the Britain, and exporter or supplier of raw material. Clear?
Yes.
First point? Both the girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you first will write impact of impact of Britishers' economic policies on Indian economy. Okay. Or you can just write it like this, and the first point just write it down. Then I'll just explain you the second point. Okay.
Yes.
Done.
Both of you done?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. Now, second one. Okay. The colonial government never made any sincere attempt to estimate India's national income and per capita income. Okay. So basically, what happens? See, in an economy, what we need to focus is how much you are earning, how much the country's GDP is, how much the national income is. It's very important, right? For example, if the national income is 100 rupees of one country and the other country national income is 80 rupees, that means this country is developed, this country is less developed, and this country needs to increase its national income, right? But Britishers, like the UK colonial government is basically the Britishers, never made any sincere attempt to estimate, like to calculate what's the national income is, what per capita income is, if it's low, how we can increase it, nothing. Okay. Uh, okay. There's a country. Most studies, then you are going to write, most studies find that the country's growth rate of aggregate real GDP during the first half of 20th century was less than 2%. Can you imagine? Out of 100, it was only the growth rate was 2%. Like if you are increasing, not even 10%, not even 20%, not even 50 is somewhere very far. 2% per year, and per capita GDP was 0.5% per year. So can you see what was the growth rate? So the condition was very poor. But Britishers never like did any sincere attempt or made any sincere attempt to estimate India's national income or like that. Okay. So what you are
Yes.
going to write? Colonial government never made any sincere attempt to estimate India's national income and the per capita income. Most studies find that the countries, just don't write most studies, just write that the country's growth rate of aggregate real GDP. These terms you are going to do in national income chapter in macroeconomics. Okay. So for time being, just remember it's related to income, like what the country is earning and what's the growth rate. For example, this year I earned 100 rupees. Next year I'm earning 500 rupees. So I have that 50% increase or 80% increase like that. But you just have to write this, like the country's growth rate of aggregate real GDP during the first half of 20th century, right, was only less than 2% per year, and the per capita real GDP was 0.5% per year. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, write it down.
Done.
Done.
Okay. So basically we'll be continuing tomorrow. So just quickly give it a reading what we did today and let me know if you're facing any issue. Okay.
Okay.
Getting it, I know somewhere theory is always a boring one, but we'll try to make it interesting. So is there any problem, Sana and Halima, like in theory portion?
No, ma'am.
Getting it?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This is my favorite chapter.
This one. Okay. Then for test, Halima going to 10 on 10. Sometimes,
Okay.
students feel like, theory portion is very boring. That ma'am, we feel sleepy or something like that. But from our end, from my end, I try to make it interesting, right? But somewhere, if you feel like that, ma'am, it's getting boring, you can let me know so that we can change the topic and we'll do something else. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So quickly give it a reading and let me know if you are facing any issue.
Finish.